Hello, everybody. I think my mic's on. Yeah, it's on. We're back with another thing tonight, and I hope everybody enjoys it. We're going to do questions and answers from this new video I put out the other day. Where's the real Jerusalem? Let me get some invites going and get people up here. I'm so slow on all this stuff. Hey, how's it going?
Hey, good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah.
I gotta grab Aline here.
Okay. I can't believe I'm the first one on here because I just walked in the door. Hi, Steve.
I don't see Tim yet. If y'all see him, holler at me, because for him to have moderator controls, I have to do the invite.
Oh, you do? We
Yeah,
can't invite him, and he doesn't have the controls?
he won't have control if y'all invite him.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah, they set it up that way for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, so far, I mean, he's done it twice, but I'm just.
It's weird because I don't even see you when you come on. Like there's no light that shows up.
Oh,
It's
really?
just so, yeah, I think this tablet's failing. I think that the fact that they won't let me do an update, like they literally will not let me do an update. So it says there's an update available, but I can't do it.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Now, if I need to type in chat tonight, I'm gonna type on the second account, of mine, because I've got this set up over to the side. I had to tonight to get it to work right.
Yeah, I won't be able to see anything because I can't leave. Because if I leave, then I'm going to
Yeah,
lose it. So
I'm talking about
I'll just
just
stay here.
chat within TikTok. I'll have to do it,
Yeah. Okay. I see. Okay.
you know, from the other account, because I didn't
Sure.
get a chat box on my Apple.
Is that Child of Abba or something?
Yeah, yeah, that's my
Yeah.
other
Okay.
one.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why I can't get a chat box to show up, but it won't show me the chat box. That's why you don't see me chat much. But
That's just weird, eh? Like, I mean, I don't know what they're
mm-hmm,
doing.
I don't either. This is the weirdest app.
Definitely is. I might have to get another tablet.
Oh wow, it signed me in on this account.
Oh,
Hey,
really?
Mark.
That's weird. I got both tablets on the same account.
Okay, that's
Let me
weird.
check the other one, make sure.
All these technical things
Yep.
I know. I think
Well,
they're going to
seems
make
to
it
be
fail.
that's
glitching.
okay. That's all right. The other account I have is just for our backup in case we get a strike or something.
Yeah.
So we got another account to go live with. That's all it's for. But she's got me on artist on both of them. And I didn't even sign in that way. That's
Just
weird.
weird.
Yeah, it is. I've had it with computers this week, I can tell you guys.
I'm sure you have.
And that Windows
I'm
11 is
just,
something else.
yeah.
I'm
I don't
waiting
know
to
that
the
I could do
point where
that.
I have to download that for work because I'm sure it's coming. I'm running 10 and they keep notifying me, you need to upgrade to Windows 11. I'm like, no, I don't.
Yeah,
I got a
I
sneaking
do.
suspicion, too. There's a ton of videos on this little blinking problem I got. And I bet it has to do with them taking those pictures every seconds. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Because I've set up a mini a computer and it's set up exactly like it should be. You know, it, Sam even tried to make sure all my driver. He said, "You got it all correct." He said, "They're all up to date." So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I think they're going to cry. I got an email today that said, now this doesn't affect these tablets and stuff, but it said anything that's 3G will be obsolete as of March. I think it's March 25th or something.
Right.
So anything like Paul uses a 3G phone, so it'll just be obsolete. They're making everybody
I had already heard
update.
that. You have to have a
Yeah.
5G, I think, by then.
Mm-hmm.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
It's control. It's all control.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been sending message, but nothing yet. So that's okay though. I mean, he'll come in.
Did
He's
y'all get a
probably tired.
chance to watch the video?
Mm-hmm.
A
What
couple
I watched
times.
it twice.
What'd you
Yeah,
think?
it's really good.
Yeah, I thought it was really good too.
Hmm.
It's it doesn't surprise me with already seeing your geography of scriptures 1 and 2. I know this is part of 2, but it's 1, 2, and 3. You've got
Yeah,
geography
this
of
is part of
scriptures
three. But it's
part of
like
3. Okay.
you cannot deny it with this one. I mean, there's just too much proof. I
Yeah.
mean, it's all over the place.
Yeah. It's actually quite interesting to see when you lay things, when you lay the one map over the other, and you can see they line right up.
Yeah, even the countries when you lay them on top of
Yeah.
each other, it does the same thing.
Yeah. No doubt in my mind that it's switched up.
Well, at least we
Hi,
know we had the
Shannon.
faith of a mustard seed because he told us we had the faith of a mustard seed. The mountains would move. You know.
Exactly. Yeah. We have we had 10. We have 8. That's all I see right now anyway.
Hey, Mark. Mark. Hey, Shannon. Yeah, I'm giving it a few minutes. I'm sure some others will show up.
Yeah. I I did all like I was up this morning and I started on that art room and I worked all day. I got one full big bag of garbage out of it. I got a great big basket, like laundry basket full of stuff to go down into Belle's room. And now I can actually start to take the things off the wall, and Paul's going to put some shelves up for me. Hi, Nathan.
I did that the other day in my storage room, and Sam walked in. He said, "Oh, God, you didn't lift that stuff." I said, "Nope, I'm smarter than that." I had that old
Yeah.
office chair that was, that I replaced. I kept it and
Mm-hmm.
left it in that room just to haul that stuff down to the garbage. It's like I knew some
Oh,
stuff needed to go, and so I
yeah.
went through some clothes and stuff and got rid of them, and I just loaded everything on the chair and used the rollers on the chair.
That's a good idea. It's a good idea.
He couldn't believe it. He was like, "Wow." I
Yeah.
said, "It just looked like a homeless person running around with my chair, you know, because it was old. It was the seat was taped in it where it had torn, and it was old. It needed to go." Hey, Faye. Hey, Nate.
Hi, Faye, and everyone else down there. How you doing tonight, Shannon?
Good, how are you?
Good. Nicer if our electronics worked a little better.
Yeah, right?
How are the wolfies out at the wolf place?
They're good. I didn't go there today because it snowed,
Oh, did it
and
really?
yeah, but it
Oh.
wasn't too bad. Um, but I'll probably go tomorrow.
I just can't picture where you are snowing. I know you're in the mountains, but
We're supposed to get ice. Charlotte at least is supposed to get ice. We're not even supposed to get any snow. We're supposed to get 1 to 5 inches of ice. Ice layered upon ice, ice layered upon ice.
1 to 5 inches?
I'd
Yeah,
rather have snow.
I'd rather have snow
Wow.
too. I watched there's a newscaster called Ryan Hall, y'all. He does the whole country, and he's on YouTube. And he said, "Yeah, Charlotte, you're not gonna get snow. You're gonna get ice Friday afternoon. Then you're gonna get more Friday night. Then you're gonna get more Saturday morning. Then you're gonna get more Saturday afternoon." It's like, all right.
Yeah, I
I
got
guess you're
groceries
gonna be
coming
home.
tomorrow, so I wasn't without food during all this. And
Yeah. You're supposed to get hit hard,
here
Mark.
we are. And well, I've got my little buddy heater. I don't know if I've got enough propane to go very long, but I got hand warmers and stuff like that if I need them. You
Hopefully
know.
we don't lose. That's what I'm worried about is losing with ice storms. we're not capable of handling it here in Charlotte. I mean, I'm far enough south. We don't have plows. We just don't. It'll paralyze us and shut us down. So I
Well,
just
I have
we don't
Raynaud's
move.
and I have to stay warm. I have to prepare
Yeah,
because if I get too cold, I could lose fingers and toes.
we don't want
Son's
So
that.
mom had that really bad.
I've had that since I had my lupus when I was young.
Yeah. Yeah. Her doctor used to give her trouble in the summertime for not wearing gloves because her hands would go black and,
Yeah, mine do that sometimes, and I'll put on.
yeah.
I got little cotton gloves that I'll wear in the house if it gets too cold. But
Hmm.
I keep it warm and toasty in here.
Yeah.
Let's just pray you don't lose electricity.
That's what I'm praying
Yeah.
for.
Me too.
And Sam
That's
has. I'm gonna ask him tomorrow if he can go get his kerosene heater. He's got it stored at somebody's house. See if he can go get it and have it here just in case. You know.
You better do
a good
that
idea.
tomorrow. It's coming
Oh yeah,
Friday.
yeah. Tomorrow's
Friday.
be the last day to get ready for this.
Yeah. Yeah.
I haven't even looked at our weather. What's supposed to happen?
I was
I
gonna
don't,
tell Shannon while he's in here. We had 18 wolves where I worked, and they were trained for movies. We were doing movies with them. Um, we would like run through the forest with them. This is when I was young, obviously, but we would run through the forest and train them to follow us and stuff. And when you see these scenes where the wolves are running through the forest, that was usually us. We were
Oh,
ahead
that's
of
cool.
them. We were ahead of them, but they were following like the trainer. You know, whoever was the trainer. And then we taught
Yeah.
them to do tricks and stuff. I met the guy that did Dances with Wolves that had two socks. I met him. He brought his wolf by to see Dr. Antle that ran the place where I used to work, and they moved their whole operation to Myrtle Beach. And I cried, oh boy, because I was real attached to the one that I was training. I mean, it was real hard to be separated once you get attached to them, you know, because they're
Yeah.
smarter than dogs, really.
Yeah.
There's a. I don't know the name of the wolf, but there's one there that was in a couple movies. I guess I haven't learned who it is yet.
We had some fun. He had the line that MGM uses for their intro thing. He was trained with hand signals. You could walk by the cage. The tourists would be coming through because we let tourists in there to see the movie animals, and you could use your hand signal. He would roar on command with a hand signal, and we had a bear and lemurs and cobras and pythons. We had 18 wolves. We had about six big tigers, couple lions, a whole ton of monkeys, everything from baboons to spider monkeys. We had an elephant, and they still charge to for people to swim with Bubbles, the elephant. I watched her one weekend when the guy, his mother was sick and he needed to be gone, and they asked me to stay at the elephant house because the apartment was above the where the elephant stayed at night. And that was the most hair raising weekend I ever spent because that elephant would bump on the walls, and I was so afraid that whole apartment was going to fall in. She was strong, man. She was really strong. And she would spray you with water. She was funny.
That
But
sounds pretty awesome.
it was a fun place to work. It was very fun. And I did it as a volunteer. I didn't even get paid. But I was a wildlife artist, and I liked being there where I could take the pictures, and, you know, it gave me a way to get real up close animal shots and stuff for working on my artwork.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
that's a cool story.
Hmm.
Yeah, every time I was divorced, and every time my daughter would go spend the weekend with her dad, I would be out there at the animal place.
You like nature as well, though, so
Oh
you,
yeah, I love it.
yeah. I do
Some
too. I
of the
love being
comments
out in
got
nature.
filtered. They must
Yeah,
not
I
like
saw
you talking
that.
about animals.
Yeah,
That's weird.
it's so funny.
That's real
It
Yeah,
weird.
doesn't matter what you say. It's almost like they put it
yeah.
on there every
I guess I'll
It's
live, you
get
just a
know?
another warning
disclaimer.
again.
Really?
I don't know what that was last time. That's like a class they wanted me to go listen to.
did you go listen to it?
No.
You should teach them a class.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
Did you see all the comments today on Facebook with everybody talking about how there's not going to be any more censorship on Facebook, and everybody's like, woohoo! Everybody's like so excited. And I'm like, y'all don't count your chickens before they hatch. It's a setup.
Yeah. It is
Y'all see
such a
that
setup.
blink?
People don't see it. Yeah, I did see that.
That's what it's
That's
doing.
not right. That's not right.
It'll do it and then it'll come back, and it'll do it, then it'll come
Yeah.
back.
But is it a flaw in the actual screen? Like, is that the new screen?
I don't think it's a flaw in the computer. Looking at all the tech questions on YouTube, a lot of people are having this with Windows 11.
Okay. Okay.
I think it's a Windows problem. Like, this is
Yeah.
a brand new
Well,
operating
isn't that
system.
fun? Where your computer always blinks at you every 5 minutes.
I hope it doesn't do that all the time. I hope we can solve it.
Maybe it's
Yeah.
taking a picture of you as well.
It might. I need to cover that camera too.
It doesn't.
It
It
could be.
doesn't
It could
stop
be
it.
doing that, Shannon.
Yeah.
Could be taking a
Cover
picture.
that camera with tape.
I always do. I always cover them up.
Mine are always covered up. Not that they don't already have pictures of
I don't
us.
think it stops them from doing what they're doing. I think because
I don't-
I watched some intel on that before. Not that any intel's true either, but somebody was saying it doesn't matter if you cover your camera; they still take a screenshot of you.
I think they have more than one camera that you don't see on there. I think the screen. I read something today about they actually do something with your eyes.
You sound like you're on the other side of the room. What is that?
And
See
that
what
was
I
funny.
mean? I told you, it's
Wow.
doing weird things today.
We can't hear you anymore, Eileen.
At all?
You
I
sound
can.
like you're at the end of a really long tunnel.
It's weird.
Did you change anything?
Well, I am doing one thing. I'm stoking my fire, but that shouldn't affect it. I have a headset on.
You have your headset on?
I have my headset on. It shouldn't.
I
affect
can't.
anything.
I can't hear you at all.
Can you hear me now?
That's better.
That's weird. I just went near my.
One thing about
just
it, this
I heard
computer is screaming
I can hear.
fast. When I uploaded that last video, it
Yeah.
only took an
Yeah.
hour and a half. And I mean, it was just like going at it, man. And when I
Well, that's
converted it,
one
I
good
think it
thing.
only took like 25 minutes.
How
And
long
that,
was it taking before?
about an hour. But this is an i9, and my computer and your computer were both i7s.
Okay.
This has like a GeForce RTX in it, graphic card, so it should do heavy duty work.
Well, let's hope it doesn't. I mean, who knows what's going to happen? I think we're always going to have problems from here on out.
Probably.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to stay calm about it because I got enough on my plate without worrying about it.
We might have to put handcuffs on you so that you don't pull your hair out.
I know. I was getting
I can hear
frustrated
the
today.
coyotes howling out there.
Oh, can you?
Yeah. It's kind of cool.
Guys, we're just kind of shooting the breeze here talking. We only got 11 people. Hopefully we'll have more show up here in a minute.
Did
But we're not
anybody?
going
Yeah.
I don't
talk
have
with
a program.
Tim today?
This is just for question and answer and the new video and, to
If
see
anyone in the comments wants to come up, it's basically like being in our Discord chat. We're just
Right.
gonna chat. We're just gonna talk. So
we're
if you
just
wanna
hanging
come
out
up-
tonight. So you're welcome to come up and talk.
Yeah.
But this was so important to me, this finding that all that stuff was in Jerusalem. I was like, wow.
hmm Anybody has any questions about the video that she just put up or anything? Doesn't matter what it is. I do
About
have.
got the AI one ready almost. It's
Oh,
close.
that's great. That's great. I do have the questions from the video that we could actually start, and then maybe it'll
Yeah, that would be good
merge
because
them.
somebody else might want to come up by then.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna mine is the first. I put a question on here, or not a question, but sort of like just a comment question. But when I read it off, I was thinking more like whenever you read this, I was thinking about now, like how did we become how we are, and how maybe the two seeds, but and how maybe things got changed with the satyr thing and stuff. But anyway, I just said like with the satyr, and how Jacob and Esau were satyrs, and one was hairy and one wasn't. I just said so that would make either Isaac or Rebecca to be a satyr. If Jacob was born half satyr, he took both parents' genes. And Esau took on whatever parent was the satyr genes. I'm
True.
wondering, I'm wondering if Rebecca was the satyr, since they praised up Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob was only half. Or was it Isaac, because Esau was usurped by Jacob, the full satyr gene? I was wondering, like, if the gene got snuffed out because Jacob stole, like he usurped Esau, and I'm wondering if that's how, because I mean, we don't see satyrs, but they were obviously around then. So do you think the gene got snuffed out a bit because Jacob was half?
I know into the Middle Ages, though, they had those hats and stuff that looked like they were hiding parts of things they didn't want people to see. That's what
Yeah.
blows me away. It's like
We have a
those.
question in the comment section already that said, "Can you tell us what a satyr is?"
Sure, cat does. A satyr is it's a being that is part. It's like a he goat. When you read the Old Testament and you see he goat, that's usually what it is. But they don't list it as a satyr. I'll show you a slide. I kept this up here just in case somebody asked.
Kat, if you like, she's going to answer you a few things here, but if you go back to Scriptural Truth and YouTube channel, you'll see she just posted a new video about the geography of scriptures, and that Jerusalem is not where they said it was. But she found stuff about how Jacob and Esau were satyrs. One was
It's in,
half and one was,
it's in that verse where they were born, where one of them was hairy and one of them was part smooth. But it says that it's in the KJV 59 times, and they have it 52 times in the NSA Bible, and then in the HCS it's there 59 times. And they translate it different ways. Sometimes they'll translate it demon, goats, hairy, male, a male goat, a satyr, a shaggy, hairy, all kinds of different ways. But I found it in, let me find the verse. I found it in Genesis 27:11. And it says, "And Jacob said to Rebekah his mother, Behold, Esau my brother is hairy man, and I am a smooth man." Well, when I did that, checked on the each word in Hebrew, it literally says, "But he, Jacob, said to Rebekah his mother, Esau my brother, Esau, I am a hairy man and not a smooth man." And the word is actually satyr for hairy. So you could translate it as satyr. And since they were monozygotic twins, and a monozygotic is in the same amniotic sac, and we know that because Jacob grabbed a hold of Esau's heel, and to be able to grab a hold of it, he would have had to been that kind of pregnancy. Because if it had been separate uh, sacs for the babies, then he couldn't have grabbed his brother. You see what I mean? It's like they had to be identical, or they were, had the same makeup to go into be in the same amniotic sac. It's kind of wild, but it's true. And I found it in the also found it in the New Testament under 1 John 4:2. The word they have translated as every is Pan, and Pan is a deity of it's a satyr. He was like the head of the satyrs, and there's two different words for every, and if he was going to say every, he would have used a different word. And I think when they say the pantheon, the building, they say it means many gods, but I don't think it means many. I think it means the pan god because there's another word in Greek for every. So I think they kind of twisted that, probably because people would have been afraid. They're afraid to look at what's actually there. But I found it all through the Old Testament and then some in the New Testament. It's pretty interesting.
I have a
Got
question.
somebody up there, yeah.
Yeah, what's
Hi.
the question?
Why did they start circumcision?
That was Yahweh's covenant, and I'm not completely sure why, because it seems to me if you're perfectly made, why would you need to do any kind of alteration?
Do you have a question? Not sure what your name is, Fi.
Faye,
Yeah, do you have a question?
I don't have a question. I have a statement that
Okay.
you all know where Jerusalem is that Jesus came from, yes?
We had
Right.
you on our live before. Yes, we know. Did you watch her video?
My God,
She
I didn't
has a
have
whole.
any other chance but to watch your
Okay,
video.
okay. She has a whole video on this. It is called "Where's the Real Jerusalem?" And she has done studies that has gone back to the ancient Greek, and she has found
It's a
through
lie.
a ton of studies
No.
that Jerusalem is actually in Italy, not the Middle East.
Away you go. No.
You
I have
did the
been,
exact same thing on our live last time you came on.
I have
But then
been
But
to,
then after you listened to us for a little while, you were blown away by what we said. You were
no,
actually, and now you're back doing the same thing.
yeah, exactly, because
Yeah.
you're wrong. And I
I
don't
just,
know.
the only thing I wish is that you would go and watch your videos because, and I mean, if you disagree, that's okay. Go ahead and watch the videos and see what you can see. Because there is so much discrepancy that is just, you can't even close your eyes to it. And she, like, and not just, she puts out the proof for you. In the video, she shows you everything, how
So
she came up
what?
with it,
So
you
what?
know?
So what you're saying is you're changing the Bible.
No, ma'am. No, I wouldn't change the Bible, hon. What I'm doing is taking it
You
back
are
to the.
changing the Bible.
No, your Bible is not correct because your manuscripts are older than your Bible. Your
Do you
Greek
know
manuscripts.
do you know the Bible is just
Have you
an
ever gone
old
back to the
storybook,
ancient
right?
language and seen where comes up, what comes up when you go back to the ancient Greek and stuff? Have you ever done that?
Oh yes, I've studied ancient Greeks.
Oh,
I
okay.
have
So
done
you
all
have seen
that.
it then. So you found it then.
I'm not a silly person. I've studied a lot in my life,
All I'm
and
saying is that
what
you should
I'm
go back
saying
and watch her
is
video.
no, because you are now saying to all these people that have been going to church, have been studying, and that Christ was born in Jerusalem, and now you're
Christ
going,
is of
no,
the
he
earth.
wasn't. No, he
We've
wasn't.
already done this before. You've already been down this road with us before.
Hey,
We
do you
already
have a
explained the
question?
Christ
Do you have a
before.
question for us?
To have a question?
Yes.
Yeah, if you don't have a
If
question,
you don't have a
we're
question,
not.
we're going to ask you to step down off the panel.
One question I'll have for you. The only one question I'll ask you, and then I'm out of here and I'm never going to just block me, is what are you hoping to achieve from what you're trying to tell other people?
Giving
Exactly what
people the
Jesus
first
told us.
truth.
What Jesus told us, that you will know the truth and the truth will set you free.
Fuck off. Honestly.
He told us that because his words are truth. But his words are not truth when somebody mistranslates them for you.
Oh no, so it's his words are truth from Italy rather than Jerusalem.
No, I'm talking Greek manuscripts, ma'am. I'm talking about reading them in Koine Greek. I'm talking
Ah,
about reading the originals.
right, well, count me out. Goodbye.
I'm
Bye.
sorry, hon. I wish you could see it.
No, I'm not never seen this. Never.
Check out Scriptural Truth. Look at the videos and then come back and talk to us. If you
No, I
see the
will not.
videos and
I
then you'll
will
have
not.
something to.
Ever.
Okay,
Ever.
then goodbye then. Oh my gosh. It's the same person that was on before. Sorry, guys. I
This is
just got a
so
little
hard for
freaked out
people
about
to
it.
wrap their brain around. It's really hard for them to see it, you know?
I know. I know, but I mean, she was already here once doing exactly the same thing.
Yeah, no, Kat, that's a little small. I was going to explain this to her. I'll explain it now, and maybe that'll help other people that hadn't seen the video yet. But in John 5:2, we have a verse that says, "Now this is at Jerusalem by the sheep gate," okay, or pool, which is called in the Hebrew tongue Besada, having 5 porches. Well, the word for sheep is probotikos in Greek, and probotikos is actually, pro is a prefix meaning in front of, and botikos in English would have been the Vatica. And there was a Vatica in Rome in the first century. And there was also a pool there um, with flowing water, because Basada means flowing water. And it had 5 porches exactly like John describes. And they would take people, the little old man that he said he had nobody to put him down in the water to heal him. That's where he was talking about, was that place. Because it had like a pool in the middle of the building that went through the flowing water, and they would lower people into there and they'd be healed when it was stirred up. And then they would bring them back out. And he told Jesus, he said, I don't have anybody to let me down in the pool. And Jesus said, do you want to be healed? And Jesus healed him. But John described that place on purpose. He described it so we would look at this later and know exactly where he was talking about. But when they translated it in from the Greek to the English, instead of probotikos, they translated it as sheep. And so nobody knows. But when you look at the B in English would be a V sound, like Vatica. And when I checked the Latin, it also has the same word, probaticos. So it either in Latin or in the Greek, both of them say in front of the Vatica. And Vatica was a deity. They had a temple thing to her. I can show you. That's her. It's Vatka, and in the Greek it's Batika, just like the word, and it has pro in front of it. So you're looking at, John was telling us that in front of this there was a healing temple, and that's where the man was. Then we have other proof too. We have like Potter's Field, that they called the Field of Blood. That was also in Rome. I found that under Tacticus's writings. Let me show you where I found that. Come down here. Ooh, I may not have had it on this one. I may have the wrong one open. I may have opened the wrong one. No, there it is. Yeah. Potter's Field was in Rome, and it was changed. The name was changed. It said, in Rome as Potter's Field, was on the side of a hill, according to the website of ancient Rome. And this is gotten from the writings that Tacitus did about Rome. And they changed the name to Horti Mencetus, or the Garden of Mencetus. And the emperor did that. It was Augustus, I think, Caesar Augustus. He changed it because he didn't like the way it smelt. They were burying people that were transit people that passed away. Any kind of criminals from their prison systems, stray dogs. They were burying a lot of bodies in there, so he had it covered over Augustus Caesar had it covered over with 25 feet of soil and then changed the name of it. But it was also in Rome. Then in the gallery, we also have, I don't have that on this video, but we have an actual picture of the actual crucifixion that has all three crosses, and it has Christus and Pontius Pilate even written in the writing on it. And Christus is Latin for Christ, and it shows where he was actually crucified there in Rome, and that was in Tiberius's gallery near Palatine Hill, and that's still on the wall today. You can go see that right now. Um, so we have all this proof, but nobody's ever looked at it. They've just never seen it. And the scholars say that Atticus of Pilate is not a true writing, but I believe it is because it describes exactly where Pontius Pilate was standing when Jesus was in front of him, and it talks about the gate he walked through, the stairs he went down, and you can still visit those stairs. The Vatican has them. They say they've been reconstructed in Rome, but they've always been in Rome. Um, you could walk right out to the place where they crucified him and know exactly where it was. I mean, just from that letter. Because he talked about how upset he was because he had to make that decision, and his wife was even advising him against it. And but he made it anyway, and he said he cried when he went down the steps and he saw Jesus' blood on the steps. And they still have those steps there today, and they're marble. They had them covered over in wood until I think 1970, and then they took the wood off of them. And people used to make pilgrimages to see those steps, but now nobody even knows about those steps. But they're the steps that Jesus walked down. All of it happened in a different location from where we've been told. It happened, it's real. The proof is there. And actually, there's more proof if you're talking about the right location, which is insane, but it's true.
Your research is crazy good. It's like there's no doubt when you listen to that video.
Yeah, I show the maps and everything on there. I know it's hard to see on
Mm-hmm.
here because I'm having to shoot it off my screen with my tablet.
Yeah.
But when you go watch the actual video I did on Where is Jerusalem, I just put it out a couple of days ago, and you can see the slides real clear and read them and look at the maps, and I discuss in detail everything I found. I think I did pretty good on that, didn't I, guys? On
Yeah, it
discussing it.
was
I
really
hope I
good.
did.
Yes, you did.
I tried.
We have Mark.
Was
We
one of
have
your
Mark and we have Nate up
Hey,
there.
Nate.
I'm
Hey,
glad I
Mark.
never spent any money. I'm glad I never spent any money going to the promised land.
Me too.
So
Me too.
Oh, I
I thought
know.
about it, but I'm glad I
I
didn't.
feel ripped off right.
I hear you there.
I always did want to go.
I used to want to go to Italy. I don't even want to go to Italy anymore.
I wanted to go to Italy when I was young, but I was in art school and they had all that artwork, and I just wanted to go study and look at it. I had no clue about all this at that point.
Oh yeah, I didn't. I wanted to go for all. There's a lot of really great architecture and gardens and stuff in Italy. That's why I wanted to go.
Hello, everyone.
Nat, hey, how are you?
What else did she ask? She asked something else.
You know what? My name's Natalie. That's Nat just for short. Can you hear me?
Not real well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Barely.
Barely. Can you hear me now?
Better.
Better?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, my name's Natalie, and I was on here before a while back, and I just have a little testimony, and I just want to say I see it.
Oh, good.
Oh,
Great.
thank you.
Yeah, I truly, don't ask me. Don't ask me how I'm seeing this, but I'm seeing
Father.
it. Yeah, exactly. And I'm just like, artist, I know you don't, but oh man, I thank Father for you. It's a lot and to digest, but no, I'm doing it. I'm doing it no matter what. It's like I try to go back, with the Facebook, because I was like in the body of Christ. And I just couldn't do it. Just could not do it because I said on the live, I said, well, if Jesus said it, then we have to believe it. And that just stuck to my heart. And I just said, uh, this is true. This is true. There was two, and we've been so lied to. And like with Jerusalem, oh my gosh, artists, that is like over the top, unbelievable. Wow.
Yeah, it wowed me too. And I don't. If I hadn't have studied the Greek, I never would have caught it. But I had some Latin when I was in nursing school, and then I
Hmm.
took Spanish. And when I saw that B, I said, "That's a V sound." Oh my gosh, And I was
Wow.
like, it just like clicked. It was like clicking, and then that had to be Father. You
Right,
know.
right.
Yep.
Now, I just wanted to ask a question. All these old deities, like the Pam spirit, now were they real or were they just spirits? Did they actually walk in Rome like as a creature?
They have deities. They have statues of him, and even Michelangelo did that statue I put in the video, and
Uh-huh.
I was shocked at that. And it looks a lot like his Moses statue that he
Wow.
put horns on, which really freaked me out. But when Moses comes down from the burning bush, it says that his face shone, but the
Mm-hmm.
word in Hebrew is Quran, and it means he grew horns.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's why they
Jeez.
were afraid of him,
Yeah,
because
and
he
that
had horns on his head when he come down.
right. And that Pam spirit is the spirit that testifies, that says, the JC word. I don't even like saying it.
I can't
I
say it
know,
now
eh?
too. I hate it.
Yeah, yeah. And it's crazy. Like you said, you get the literature in the mail. And when when you said something about that, I was listening, and it was like around the holiday. Because I really don't. I know they're all, pagan holidays and everything. But here I got, about the Christ, and, find your way to Christ through the Rome, through Romans. And I'm going, oh my gosh. And it's like every time you turn around, that's all you hear is Christ, 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 Christ.
Yeah,
It's crazy. But I just want to, I'm listening to you. I'm just absorbing it. I'm, writing it down, taking one step at a time, and just asking Father, just, make it so real to me, because it's like, I'm here. I'm here and I'm staying here.
have you joined our Discord group?
No, I would love to. I don't. You would have to send me over a link. I got a lot of yous on Facebook now. I got Mark. Um, I have you. So if you
We
could,
can
like,
send you a link, Nate.
yeah,
Natalie.
yeah, Natalie. It's
I think I
Natalie.
have you. I have you on mine too. I just didn't connect it. The
Okay.
Nate and the Natalie. Yeah,
Yeah. And
Yeah,
then
if
my,
you,
I'm
Alina
sorry.
can send you a link, and that way you can get hooked up where
I'll
you
do
can talk
that.
to us anytime. Because we have like
Okay.
open chats and stuff like that on there,
Yeah,
and
that
it's
would.
And
private.
a lot of
It's not public
information
like
too.
this.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that would be great, because I have my daughter too. Because everything that I, venture into, especially with, with Jesus and with Father, and learning the truth, because like us all, that's all we want to know is the truth. And she's following it too. So I'm happy about that.
I upload
Um,
my research files there too, so anything
oh,
I'm working on, you'll get to see it right as I'm doing it.
O- Okay, great. So I just saw, what was the other question? So now the real Druze, or the real, where Jesus Brabba, he was in Rome, right?
I think so. I really do. I mean,
Yeah.
all this confirms it to me. It's like
Wow.
the more I find, the more I'm just like, wow. And you know
Right.
that Pompeii, where the volcano went off,
Mm.
carved on the wall when they unburied that is the word Sodom and Gomorrah. And I
Oh.
thought that was interesting because Gomorrah means submerged city, and right
Mm-hmm.
outside of Naples, in that area, there's a complete city that's submerged under the water after that volcano went off.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow. So Jerusalem, like where I never went to Jerusalem. I never had any desire, but that's why did they? Is that just all fake? Is that just to just? I don't know.
they set that up in the 1940s,
Oh, okay.
immediately after finding oil and natural gas, and I think that the whole deal was to usurp that little strip of land there. You know,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
now they'll probably pop me for that. I hope not, but I do think that they set it up exactly like the things are lined up. Like if you overlay one map on top of the other, like I
Right.
found Nain, I found the Sodom and Gomorrah, I found the cave where Lot went with his daughters after the thing. Um, a whole bunch of things, and it all lines up in the same place it would be on the other map. It's like they
Wow.
set it up the same.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the proof is not in the Middle East. The proof is actually in Italy. Because all
Wow.
those bathhouses, the mikvahs they do, had to
Mm-hmm.
be done where you completely completely submerge, and there are hundreds of bathhouses all over Italy, like just tons of them.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah,
That's crazy. But there's so many people being deceived, and I post your your TikToks or your videos on my page, just hoping that because there's a lot of people that are in the body of Christ, and from Martin Zender teaching, and I came from an A. Enoch Concordian Bible teaching, and I hope one of them just grabs hold of it and it listens.
I do too. It would be nice. It really
Yeah,
would.
it would really be nice, but because my heart feels sad in a way, but I have to leave it go because Jesus Baraba is more important to me than anything in this life.
Exactly. Yep.
And if it wasn't for him, I don't think I'd be sitting here today.
Me neither.
You know. So I'm grateful, and I'm glad I'm here. And I don't know. Oh, one more thing. You know that verse in, I think it's in John. In John, I can't quote exactly where it's at, but where Jesus is saying he's drawing all people unto himself. Do you think that's Jesus Barabbas, or do you think that's JC?
I think that would be Barabbas. I really do.
Do you? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
thank God, because I love that verse, because in the midst of the teaching that I was involved in, the good thing about the teaching that it was a salvation for all people.
Yeah, everybody. And it's like, if you'll notice in your churches, even, it's like you'll have people that are in there that gravitate to his words, and
Mm-hmm.
that's what they live by. And then you'll have other people that are just kind of willy nilly, just there for looks or whatever. But you
Right.
can tell those people that are sincere because they'll be visiting the sick. They'll be, you know, taking food to people when something bad happens and asking them if they can help them. And you can see which
Exactly.
ones see his words.
That's right. That's right. And his words are life to us. And
Oh, they are. Yeah.
oh, they are. So, that's all I got to say. And I thank you all. And I'm glad I'm here. And I'll just sit back and listen.
Well, I'm excited you're here. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Thank you.
Thanks for coming up, Natalie.
Oh, you're welcome. Hey, you know what? And you're Carnival, huh? That's cool.
I am.
And
Are you and I friends on Facebook? Are you
yeah,
Natalie Horner? Is that who you are?
yeah. I'm Natalie
Okay.
Honer.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
You
That's cool.
have Do you have the Discord app? I didn't mean to interrupt you, but you have to download the Discord app before we can send you the link.
No, I don't have the app. I don't have the Discord app. You'll have to
You'll,
can you
no,
send it to me?
you'll have to
Just go to
download
the App
Discord
Store and
first.
download it.
Yeah, you'll have
And then
to
we'll send you a
either
link.
Google
And
Play
then
or
we'll send you a
Apple
link.
Play and download the Discord app, and then we can send you the link.
Okay. I'll have my daughter help me with that because
Okay.
I don't know nothing from nothing when it
It's
comes
not-
We
to
also
that.
have a PDF file of my research slides too. You can have.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
great.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Yeah, I'll send her a message and then get her both that she needs.
Okay, sounds great.
Thank you, Natalie.
Okay, I love yous all.
Love you too.
Love you too.
Okay, bye-bye.
There's a question from Kat that she just said, but we're talking about Jerusalem, like in Israel taking, changing hands, whatever, changing continents or countries or whatever. But in 1940, that was fairly recent. I have family that was alive at that then. She's just wondering, or he's just wondering, how it's possible that they got away with that when it happened a long time before that. It happened like early on that they switched that. Was it not, Golunov?
Yeah, I think so. And also, it's
Yeah.
like you got to remember they were unaliving people for wanting to read the original manuscripts, and this is the
Exactly.
reason probably why, because they would have seen the truth, and had a fit, going, "What are y'all trying to pull?" That's what I think anyway.
Yeah.
But Father's going to keep us on the right track. It's like he's not going to let us down.
No. Okay, do you want me to carry on with questions? Because I have more.
Yeah, that's fine. Oh, did Mark want to say
Mark's
anything?
up there, yeah.
Yeah.
Mark's there, that's right.
Oh, hello.
How are you doing, Mark?
Hello. I added by accident, but I'll hang about. But I added by accident again.
Oh, that's fine. You're welcome up here
I'll hang
anytime,
about.
Mark.
But I'm just reading something at the minute, but I'll hang about. And well, I'll tell you what I'm reading. I'm reading, the work of God is that you believe in the one He sent. So, and now we know that's Barabbas, and we know that's like the healing the sick and basically the healing the sick, all the other stuff, but we're surrounded, aren't we, by sickness. Everyone's sick, even the well people, like the Christian. Everyone's sick,
Yep.
and I'm seeing this is the work. There's nothing else to worry about but to do that work. And He said we'll do greater things. So like, I should be there now. Healing, which I'm seeing in small ways, in conversations with people that I know and family and stuff. I'm seeing the healing in that way. Maybe is it just that way? Is it just talking to people that does it? Have we had it wrong with how the church did it? But I'm seeing it that way, definitely. I'm seeing it.
You're talking
for me.
about like a healing spiritually instead of physically, right?
Well, yeah, because I suppose that's the problem in it with everyone.
It's mostly a spiritual problem. It's not a physical,
Yeah.
to me, because I think Yahweh's going to attack us down here any way he can.
Oh, sure, yeah. Yeah,
And
like, I'm not worried about my health at all, but it's letting people know that because they're sick, they've got to be healed, didn't they? To hear what you're telling people here,
exactly.
they've got to be healed, didn't they?
I think so too.
Yeah. Something like that. Anyway, that's what I'm pondering on now, and I've just brought the verse back up and that, and but that's my thing for today.
Cool.
Vince, yeah, I agree with you. It probably did happen after a reset, I bet.
Your screen just flashed again.
I know. It's so aggravating.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to start reading some of this unless there's. Jesus is our Savior. Yes, Jesus is, but it's Jesus Barabbas, not Jesus called the Christ. there were two Jesuses. Just looking at this, Tracy Williams in the comments. So I'll carry on. Encley 1000 says, "Wow, I am learning so much. Thank you, Father, for artists. We love you." And
Aw.
Rachel, yeah. And Rachel said, in the Cyrillic language, Vaticanus would have sounded like Vaticanus, since what looks like a B sounds like a V. One more connection. Vaticanus, serpents, and Cain have a relationship too. Vaticanus, Vatica, in Sanskrit means home. Canis means dogs in Latin. It has been said that can means serpent or dragon, but I don't see proof of it.
Now, the Canis you can, because Canis lupus is the word for wolf, or a wolf dog, and the Romans were big into Romulus and Remus that actually nursed from a wolf, or a wild dog. And I think that's when Jesus was making that referral to the dogs. It wasn't really a derogatory term, it was denoting the section of the people that grew up there.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't a bad thing to be um, like it would be today to say that,
Right.
is what I'm saying.
Right. Yeah. And then she also says, also interesting is the fact that Esau was hairy, devilish, and after the fall, Adam and Eve were naked. I wonder if they once were shaggy, and they lost their hair.
I don't know on that one.
Yeah.
That's
It's just a
interesting.
thought, right?
I missed that
It's a
question.
thought, yeah.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm. Also interesting is the fact that Lastly, Rebecca told Jacob to go red rum a goat. I don't know what that means, but I think she's going around a subject, and bring it to her so that she could dress up Jacob in it, and he could serve the meat to Isaac. Surely this is pointing to Esau being goat-like. There is an issue with this, though. If Jacob went through with this and deceived his father and took Esau's blessing, then Jacob is the bad apple, Isaac, and told Esau that he would have to fight to get it back, what was stolen from him. Maybe that's what's happened still. It's the Old Testament, so who
Yeah,
knows
but
if
you got to remember
that
he's
was the same.
saying that Jacob was divided. He was a divided man, so he has part hairy, part smooth. And a lot of your statues of Pan, he's smooth from the waist up, and then hairy
Mm-hmm.
from the waist down. And if he was putting things on his hands and stuff, that would have made him, if Isaac was that way all over, then that would have made them seem alike. You see what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm going to read your comments here too. My comment was, going by character of the father, Jesus Brava, Jacob was a bad guy. And you said, being they were both monogenetic twins, is that how you say that? Monogenetic?
Yeah.
Monogenetic twins. They both had to be satires, but Jacob was smooth in parts of his body, which is pretty much what you just said. And Rachel said Jacob would not be someone that she would trust today. And she also said, this reminds me of Narnia again. I think that she was going in this direction, but stopped. Thank goodness you picked up the ball and ran. This is groundbreaking information. And I said, knowing what we know today, I don't trust anyone from that time but Father. And she said, I'm with you.
This is why Jesus said that all that ever came before him were thieves and liars, and the sheep don't hear their voice. It's like we have to hear Father's voice and follow Him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
Jonathan Black. Go ahead, Shannon.
when I was just going to say, when Jesus said that, I take it that all that came before him, so all of the old, the Enuma Elish, all of that stuff
Yeah, gets rid of all that
is
Inky, Enlil, all that stuff.
Yeah.
The
all of that
deities,
stuff.
Yahweh, all of them.
Yeah,
He,
Yep.
he meant
Exactly.
everybody. Because in Greek, it's
all of it.
all whosoever when you translate it.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yep. You can't
Yeah,
trust
makes
any
sense
of
to
it.
me too.
nope.
No.
Exactly.
We're all in agreement on that, 100%.
100%.
Hi, Kip.
So, yeah, Jonathan Black said Jupiter equals Jew Peter, and you, Sally clapped her hands, and I said, "Yep, yep." But Gulinov would absolutely say, "Yes, that's exactly what you found when you
I
did your
think so.
studies."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steve B7U said another gem artist.
Oh, thanks.
And Bubble Boy, which calls himself Wake Up People, says makes sense. Thanks again, artist.
Thanks, Bubble Boy.
Yeah. And Jonathan Black said again, here's at 16 minutes and 39 seconds into the video. What's up?
Where's the phone that Mom had?
Can you guys hang on one sec?
Sure.
Okay.
I don't have my computer opened up. It's out in my office, and the battery's dead on it, or I would continue reading the questions.
It's okay. She'll be back in a minute.
Yeah.
Right here. It's all good.
Okay.
What did I?
Coat?
What, Paul?
Ashton's coat?
Yeah, it's all in there. Somebody must have called him and asked for some stuff
What-
of his mom's.
What's your
so.
question, Faye? Faye, do you want to come up?
Go ahead, Faye.
Come on up. Do you want to be invited up?
Don't be shy, Faye. You talk to us in the group.
Oh, come on, Faye.
No, thanks. Come on.
It's okay. She don't have to. I know that
Okay.
feeling. I'm not good at this either.
I know.
We're
Put
teasing you
your,
because
put your
we
question
love
in
you.
the comments then.
Yeah.
I put it twice. Oh, did we miss it?
Did I miss
Sorry,
it?
Faye.
Sorry,
I was
Faye.
trying to look. Yeah.
I'm slack. That's my job to keep up.
This seems to go far back, or else I don't see
I
it at
don't see a
all.
question. I don't see it at all either.
Must not be showing up, Faye.
I don't see
Put
a
it one
que-
more time.
Yeah, I don't see a question from you.
Nope, nothing. Okay.
Vince has a question. Is John the Baptist JC's cousin? If so, everything involving him is JC. Yes, it is. It is. I don't know if it's
Yeah, you know, Vince, when they said he said already the axe is laid to the tree. It's like he knew they were setting everything up
yeah.
from the get go. And he said, "Do not think that you have Abram as a father." And he, because their God or Theos could raise up children from these stones. It's like he was making a slap at people that were believing in father because Abram means exalted father. And I think it should have been translated as exalted father, to be honest.
That
I'm
was a
sorry,
hard one for me.
Faye.
When I found out that John the Baptist was of Yahweh, that hurt a little bit.
Yeah, it does.
She says, have y'all seen the video they say where S and G was because all the sulfur rained down there?
I hadn't seen that one. I do know, though, that you know how it says that Lot's wife turned to a pillar of salt? There's
Yes.
actually salt in those frozen people in Pompeii. I have that in one of the videos
Wow.
where I broke down what chemicals they found in them, and it was salt mostly.
Well, one thing that I can say to Faye was I did see some videos where they said that they could smell it. They could smell sulfur in the fog. So,
I've seen videos of the fog lately, you mean?
yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that too.
Yeah. Okay, I'll carry on with this one question that I started, but so Jonathan Black says here at 16 minutes 39 seconds into the video, in this First John 4:3, I'd like for you to take a closer look again, the way you do at the word Lord in the Greek. I found in Strong's Concordance Hebrew 1167 many, many years ago that the word Lord is connected to Baal, which we know that, don't we, guys?
Yeah,
It
in the
doesn't
Hebrew
mean,
it is,
yeah.
but in the Greek it actually links the word they have there is theon. I think it links to Jupiter or Yahweh.
Okay. Okay. He continues and says it does mean man, husband. It says there also. So very confusing. And so I wonder if the word Lord there they translated from the Greek also is wrong.
Yeah, it can mean
There's
master
floating
or
things.
lord. It can mean like a lord of a manor. It could be a human being. You know, it could have been any of those.
Yeah. You responded and said, I have analyzed both of them. They actually show the two Jesuses. And he said, but what I'm asking is is the word translated correctly to the word Lord, or is that a deception too?
No, it can be translated as lord. So
Yeah,
that could be correct, you know.
yeah. And you basically said this next comment, which is in Greek in the Old Testament, I can't say the word, Septuagint.
Septuagint.
Yeah, I can't say it. I get tongue twisted. Kyrios is translated as Lord in English. I have found this is tied to Yahweh Jupiter, and he said, okay, he said that's what I was lot to understand. Yeah, there's a lot to understand for
There's
sure.
a whole lot.
Yeah. Um, Faye
Don't
just
feel
said that
bad.
that's
I'm still learning
Alzheimer's.
too. It's like there's a lot in
Yeah,
here.
there is for sure. Think about how many years they've had, guys, how many resets and twisting and turning. So, and then Natalie 8394 said, can't wait to listen to this while working today. I've been listening in for a while. I found you back when I was looking for others who were speaking on Yahweh Satan. Years ago, when I finally found a few others who knew we were in Satan's little season, it was such a relief to find a tribe. But none of them were aware of of Jesus' true father, Jesus' true father was, which was very disappointing.
Their dang puzzle came up. I didn't see it in time.
Oh, I was gonna say we got kicked.
Yeah, it was the puzzle
Oh my
thing.
gosh, that
I
is
was
so
like, what
For
annoying.
happened?
inactivity, because we're not doing nothing, I guess, they think. But we're
Well,
talking
it's
and
because we don't show our faces. If we were to show our faces, then they'd be fine with it, but we don't.
maybe
So,
that's what it is. I don't know.
oh, I think it is because there's no real movement, right? You might hear voices, but they want to see your face. That's what this is all about. Anyway, where did I leave off, guys?
That was weird. That freaked me out for a second.
Did me too. I thought I got kicked. I thought it was my computer, but it's everybody.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out what. I said, oh my gosh, it just fell off.
Yeah, that was weird. So that wasn't saved then either. But
Yeah, it'll be in there. It'll be in there, but it'll be in two
it will
parts
be in
now.
there?
Yeah, there'll be
Okay,
two
okay,
parts.
You
okay.
won't be able to upload this live as one live. It'll have to be two.
Right.
Oh
That
wow.
was
That's
weird, eh?
okay. It's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, so I'm just gonna try to finish that sentence. When I first came across the Barabbas video, I was certain that I had found, or I'm getting all frustrated now, and had to ask Father to lead me to the truth on this. Since then, I've been hooked on listening to all of your discussions. Last night, I caught myself mid expletive, uh, and suddenly realize why people always exclaim Jesus Christ when started or when startled or something bad happens. You're
Sorry.
laughing at me.
Hilarious.
It's not blasphemous. They are giving credit whereas credit is due. Thank you for all that you do. What are you laughing at, Shannon?
How nice.
Which good.
You know laughing's contagious, right?
I know. I don't even know why we're laughing.
Me
I'm
either.
laughing and Shannon's laughing.
Well, speaking,
Oh my.
she said it's a she, right? She said something like
Yes.
caught herself in the middle of saying Jesus and then saying
Yes.
the rest. She stopped, but then she
Yeah.
realized that it's not really a blasphemy. They're just giving credit where credit's due.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
That was pretty
Rachel
funny.
said, yeah, hooray for another family member. This world has been held captive through lies. We know the father of lies. We know who the father of lies is, and we know that he lies to keep control over the masses. You know, guys, I'm going to say this. My glasses are so bad. It's been 7 years that I haven't had them replaced, and I struggle like you would not believe. I don't know if I could paint something right now. That's how bad. And I've noticed a real big change in the last few days, which I don't understand. Anyway, what is the great enemy of lies? The truth. There is no need for drastic measures to break down the prison walls that have been created from lies. Discovering the truth makes those walls evaporate into thin air. And I said 100%. We're almost done here. Yanis Mara says, Yana, she says, Happy New Year to you artists and all on the panel. I really appreciate all your expensive hard work. Abba blessings. You totally agree. She said, you totally agree because when I, in 2019, visited Jerusalem, nothing felt from Abba. It was full of errors. I kept arguing with guides because they kept trying to make the Bible fit their narrative. Oh, what happened? Their narrative. I keep crying, saying Jesus wasn't here. You felt that in. I felt that in my heart, Yana. I said, listen to your feelings because it's Did you guys get what she was saying? She was
Yeah,
like,
that man, that
it
would have
never
been hard
happened
to be
there.
there and know that you were in the wrong place. It would be like, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah, it's like me going through the museum with Jessica and Belle this summer, and I couldn't help myself but say, "This is a lie. This is a lie." When they were talking about dinosaurs and this and that, I'm just like, "This is such a lie," you know. But it's the same thing. If you were in that country and you knew the truth, you would be calling it all out, or at least I would be. And just one last comment. Amazing. Judith Spears says, amazing. I want to watch this again. Thank you. And that's all
awesome.
we have. Yeah, for the
Wow.
comments.
There wasn't a whole lot of questions on this one, really.
There was no, yeah, I know. I was waiting for that. But I think, artists, you do such a good job that we just get it. You know, you do a great job. I agree with myself,
Kip,
guys.
you said watch Seven Squared. Uh what topic were you talking about?
Must be a show. Oh, what topic? Yeah, on the switching of of Italy to the Middle East. Kip, is that what you're saying?
Where the old world is, he said.
Okay.
I'll have to check that out.
The old world as in like Tartaria? Is that what you're talking about? I've not heard of that channel before. Have any of you guys?
No.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna look for it though. Okay, that might be more help.
What's going on? Oh. I thought you were saying you needed more help, but that might be more help, is what you
No, I mean
said.
the video. They might have some more information I don't have. You know,
Yeah.
I keep finding stuff every day.
Oh, we got somebody that wants to come up. I wonder where Tim is. Hey, that's good. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
She just messaged Tim. I just don't want him to feel bad that he missed it, because he fell asleep.
Yeah.
No, Kip, the live crashed because they sent artist the puzzle and she didn't see it, and so they took it down.
Yeah.
Do they do
As
that if they think you're being inactive or something?
Yeah, it says for inactivity. They're trying to make sure somebody's still here doing something, you know. And I don't know how, because other people I know, they even go to sleep and stuff, and it doesn't happen to them, but it happens to me.
do they show their faces?
Yeah, they do. So
If they
that's
show their faces, they don't care. It's because they
Get a
they
mannequin.
want what they want, right?
Get a fake mannequin and have them stare at the camera. I'm just kidding.
We should just make up
We'll get an
an
AI
AI
robot.
video,
Yeah,
an
AI
AI
robot.
video, and put it on there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do they
That's a
care,
terrible.
Faye? They care because they're just trying to get all your information. AI wants to know you and everything about you. So
There. I have noticed, talking about the phones and stuff, taking pictures, like it's been a few times in the last week when I've had the phone in my hand and I know it took a picture. I could see the screen flash and I could feel it,
yeah,
kind of like if you're taking a screenshot. It was just like that. So
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
even
it's
think they're
crazy.
hiding their surveillance any longer.
No. Does anybody else have any questions? Like, I mean, things sort of changed when we flipped off there, but
And we went through all the questions on YouTube.
yeah,
Did we have any new questions on other lives that we need to
I
cover?
can I can go back and look.
It doesn't matter if you put tape over your camera on your phone, they still get your picture. It doesn't block it from them taking a screenshot of you. It's like built into the camera, into the phone. Sadly.
I don't see anything new. Not out of the ones I've checked so far.
They can still get banned. I agree with you, Kip. I agree with that sentiment 100%.
I was online today a few times because I had messaged several people through watching their TikToks, and I was called everything today. Like, I was told that this one person was rebuking me in Jesus' name, and then another person was told me that I needed to repent, and one person told me that I was very sick, or very, wasn't sick, it was something like that. There was so many comments today,
Yeah.
and I went back and I answered them all, and I give them information, and then I said, we're having a live tonight, and if you're interested in coming, this is the link, whatever, and I gave them artist thing, and I said, I bet you won't come. Nobody came.
No.
No.
If it makes you feel any better, I got attacked on Facebook too by somebody.
Yeah. It doesn't even like it doesn't really bother me when like because it's kind of like when I was standing on my mom's porch and she was dying and I was asking her what, because I didn't want it third person. And she was saying all these mean things to me. I mean, yes, it hit me and it hurt me because it was my mom, but at the same time, I was just like, I know why she's saying it. She's not even being honest, and I could stand there and know that. I knew she wasn't being honest. And these people, they just don't know the truth, so they're standing up for what they believe in, and they think I'm deceived. So
It's the indoctrination, because the person that called me out on Facebook, he's on Facebook and he's got 11,000 followers. He's a watchman on the wall, and he's like, I preach Jesus Christ and Jesus Christ only. And here's the funny thing. His profile picture is a picture of he and his wife flashing the devil horns. And he's calling me out and telling me I'm pathetic and look at all you people who have fallen away and and just kind of was like not very nice in the comments.
mm-hmm.
I linked scripture. I put in the video. So I copied the video, did Jesus tell us, that Yahweh was the devil? And then I wrote back and I said, oh yeah, and by the way, there's two Jesuses and y'all are following the wrong one. And I said, and lastly, I find it very ironic that you were calling me out when your profile picture, you're flashing the devil horns. How do you explain that, brother? Where's your discernment? He never got back. I mean, I wasn't ugly, but I mean, if he's going to call me, I think I was nicer to him than he was to me. I just gave him the information, and he didn't comment back.
That's wild.
I mean, that's just the thing. You have all these people that are, I guess the thing that bothers me is you have all these people on YouTube and Facebook preaching the wrong message, and we get attacked for trying to show the truth, and it's just hurtful. I mean, it is hurtful a little bit.
Yeah, it is. It's hurtful, but it doesn't. I don't let it. I don't know. I don't let it get to my heart.
No,
because I know that I just feel like they're just, lost children is basically what they are. So
it's hard.
Faye, you can't see our profile picture?
What's that?
Faye says our pictures are gone, but I see them.
I see them on here.
Yeah, I see them. It must be you, Faye.
I have noticed when we upload to YouTube now that now you can see them, when originally we couldn't see them.
Yes. Yes, I saw that too.
I don't know what that is about.
I don't know.
But I think regardless, I still think we need to keep preaching the truth, because it's sort of like when Natalie came up, and
yes,
and said, she was in the Jesus Christ mode, and like, once you see this truth, you can't unsee it. You can't go back.
Right.
Yeah.
And
you know how you asked me one time, Sally, should I delete the people that, that aren't on the same, or somebody asked it.
Yeah.
If they're not on the same page as us, if we should delete them.
Yeah.
I say no. Even if it's like so far, I mean, unless they're abusing you, but I say no, because they still see the odd thing that would catch their eye. And I mean, the only way we're going to get it out there is if to those people that that still don't see, is for them to every now and then see something that goes through. And I mean, I don't think they're coming and scrolling my page anymore, anybody that's on any of my profiles. But at the same time, you know what the algorithms are. Every now and then you'll see something of someone you haven't seen in forever.
I think one day too it'll go viral and people will be like, it's going to be like a massive amount of people, and it'll happen eventually.
Didn't Father say all truth will be revealed?
Mm-hmm.
That was our Father, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
There's nothing hidden that won't be revealed.
It's starting to become more mainstream. I mean, look at the number of people who have joined the Discord in the last week or so, and people are waking up more and more, and they all wake up the same way we all did. We all get to that point of like, stuff's not making sense, and just going to the Father and searching for the truth, and and he's bringing people to us.
It's kind of like a good business. If you have a really good business, one person will come in and do business with you. They'll go tell 10 other people. Then those 10
It's like
people come
me.
in
Yeah.
and then they tell 10 more each. And then it just starts multiplying like dominoes, you know?
For the 30 years that I was in business, I didn't have to advertise. I advertised when I first started. And then within the first 5 years, I built a clientele and I never had to advertise after that.
That's like my dad. He was a florist, ran a florist, and he did such beautiful work that one person would see a wedding done by him, and then all the other brides wanted to have him do their wedding and are there in the funeral of a loved one or whatever. And it's like he ended up with the largest FTD florist in the southeast in a small town of population of 3,000. It was amazing.
That's awesome.
They asked him to go do the Rose Bowl.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's how I did my business. I had a business for 20 years, and it was all word of mouth. When I did have a telephone ad in the yellow pages when that was a thing, but I quit. I quit doing that after the internet came out. I didn't
Yeah.
need it anymore.
Yeah, me too.
He did
I
all
don't
those
let anybody.
arrangement things like Telefloral and FTD, and he had all the books and anything anybody wanted, he would do it for them, you know.
I
And
don't
I
even give
laughed.
my phone number out anymore.
I laughed. He sold the business, and I was in nursing school and needed a job, and I went to the lady that bought it and went to work for her, and they thought that Dad had come back to work, and we got 200 orders for a funeral, and she was about to lose it. She was like, "We'll never get it done." I said, "Oh yeah, we will. We'll work right through the night," and we did. We worked all night long, and we filled every one of those orders. It was funny.
Hmm.
I'm just asking this guy down here. I actually might just say it out loud. He says Kodashim. I'm like. He says I am Jerusalem, Shalom, Alakim. Are you of the mind that Jerusalem was in the Middle East, or are you of the mind that Jerusalem is in Italy? Because that's where we are. Vince says, if a person still believes in their country, government, history, they will never get this concept. That's true.
No, I agree. I agree with that.
Do you think it's harder for people, the indoctrinated people, to accept who Yahweh really is, or accept that there's two Jesus?
I would say the two
To me,
Jesuses
I
is
think
harder.
that's what I think too, because
Now he said,
it's so obvious.
go ahead.
Yeah, that's all I was just wondering.
I
I
think
think
I think
that
too.
video I did on the Chaldean box, I think that explains how they did it, though. How they separated it, how they put the two together by saying he was part human, part divine. It's like they stuffed him in a box and said, "This is what he is," and they started preaching it.
The video, I'm a face saying, what video are you talking about? Did we, they put Jesus in a box, that one?
Yeah,
Yeah,
because they go step by step how they did it.
yeah.
That was amazing to me when I found those videos on that. I was like, I never even knew that happened. You know?
The deception is deep.
Exactly, Vince.
Yeah, I agree with that too, Vince. At least I always try to start out with telling them about Yahweh. I think it's easier for people to accept that, and it's so easy to show the proof, with all the killing. Oops, sorry, TikTok, unaliving. Um, and all the evil that you find within the Old Testament. It's easier to point that out, I think.
It's easy to point it
It
out, but
was it,
they still like, combat it, like that they have a reason why. They always make excuses why that God would do those things.
Yeah.
You could
Because
do a Torah portion every day and show a different point, really.
hmm
Hmm.
Because there was never hardly one that I ever listened to that I didn't take issue with. And I was kept thinking, this just can't be.
Yeah,
When
what
I
am I
was in
thinking?
Hebrew roots, I was never settled with anything. I never felt like it was
No,
right. And it's
no.
like,
I always felt like I was forcing myself.
yep, there is something about it that just,
I always felt like I was forcing myself.
yep, there is something about it that just, and it's that spirit. It's you're carrying all those spirits that you're reading about in the Old Testament. The spirit of anger, the spirit of sending out all the prophets were lying prophets. The spirit of unaliving people, the
Yeah.
spirit of all those things. It's like
Plus
the house got cleaned and seven more come in bad.
618 Levitical laws that you have to, uphold, or however many they are. I don't even remember.
I always thought it was 600 and something.
I said
But
618. I don't know if it's
oh,
that.
did you? I thought you said seven. Don't worry, I have a hearing problem.
That's what I don't know if that's the right number, but it's 600 and something. But like
Yeah, I heard that too. Yeah.
but the common sense on that has it's gone. I may have told this story before, but my niece is in Hebrew roots, and they live in Reno, and she's 23. She was probably 20 at the time, and my brother's car broke down on the highway in Reno on a Saturday. And he didn't have anybody to call, and he called her to ask her to come help him, and she would not do it. She would not leave. She would not step 1 foot outside of the house to help him.
Oh my gosh.
And that's just, and I'm not trying to dog on my niece. I love her dearly. But I mean, it just goes to show you the mentality that you get trapped in when you're involved in something like that, you
It's
know?
a spirit of judging others too, because I know when I was in it, I started to think, they should be really be doing this, and I hope nothing happens to them. And it's like I was thinking to myself after I got out of it, I'm like, wow, I was awful. I was really bad. And I can see it now. I wish I'd have seen it back then.
It's a prison. You're in a prison, you
Yep.
know?
Hmm. I have to say, I hope the Father puts in me what you have, Gullen, of when you speak to people that are like that, because I don't know what it is, but I mean, when someone speaks like that, I, I don't know if it's defense mode or like, I don't know what it is that I go into. Is um, I guess when I believe strongly about something, I stand up for it.
Father has helped me a
And
lot. I used to would spout right back at somebody, but it's like I've learned that it doesn't do any good for one thing, and it only makes my blood pressure go up and my pulse, you know,
hmm
and
hmm
it's not good for my health to get that upset. But it's like you gotta just try to keep using logic. Quote Jesus, put his words back to him, you know,
yeah,
because he had the answers. It just they can't hear him
but he
right
wasn't
now.
listening.
They
Yeah,
they
he
can't hear
wasn't
him.
listening.
You always
Yeah,
shut their ears and their eyes, and they can't hear
yeah.
anything.
That's
I
exactly it.
suppose, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's sad. It's too bad. Kip says, try talking to the Mormons.
I
yeah,
bet
and
that's
Jehovah.
even worse. I can't even imagine. My mother-in-law was Jehovah Witness. They're bad too.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody told me when I had my friends over for Thanksgiving, I have a really nice set of chimes on my deck, and they told me that chimes keep the Jehovah Witness away because they think it brings in evil spirits. I don't know if that's
Yeah,
true.
wind chimes.
Is that
It
true,
is. It
Shannon?
is true. Yeah, we would go to a door, and if they had wind chimes, we'd get all freaked out and think that the demons were going to get us, and that the people were probably witches or whatever.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 'cause the Wiccans and stuff do hang a lot of. They think it dries out spirits like the noise, But then the Jehovah
Yeah.
Witness would think that it brought more spirits, you know.
I just have them up because I think the sound is pretty when the wind is blowing. That's my only motive for having them up.
I love chimes. I have chimes in my tree in the backyard. I just love them.
I
So
do
what
too.
do they say they are?
They told me that the having chimes hung up keep Jehovah Witnesses away because they think it's evil spirits. They have evil
And
spirits.
are and does anybody know whether they are connected with anything? Like I've never
I don't
done
know,
any
but
research to
I haven't had
see.
any Jehovah Witnesses come to my house since I've hung chimes up.
You know
I
the
have them, but maybe that's why they haven't come to mine either.
well, I had a couple of them come to my apartment, and by the time I got done with them, they looked like they were about to have a freak out. Because I kept quoting scripture back at them, and they were like, they asked me, they said, "Where did you study at?" And I said, "On my own." They said, "No, you couldn't have." I said, "Oh yeah, I did." And they said, "You sure know your Bible?" That's all they said is, "You sure know your Bible."
Hmm.
Back in the
Well, I
back in
go
the
ahead.
60s and
Go ahead.
70s, witnesses really knew their Bible well, but they don't know their Bible at all now. It's all
Yeah, this was two older
they
guys.
yeah.
Shannon, are they given a script to follow?
Yeah, during the week meeting, they they have skits where they get up and practice, and they give them a basically they give them a video, and then they watch the video, and then they get up there and reenact the video.
Wow.
I figured that because
So
they had little set things they were saying. You could tell they were recalling what to say
yeah,
for this and that. And
brainwashing. It wasn't like that back in the 70s and 80s before the internet. Um, you had to do it all on your own. Come up with your own little skit and write it out and practice it and come up with unique questions, and somebody would be the householder, so the homeowner, and then the other person would be the witness going to the door, and they would fake knock on the door, and they would open the door, and you know it was all pretend, but they would do that. They quit doing that when the internet hit, and
So they were
as
practicing to go door to door.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
learned a lot because they call it the theocratic ministry school, and I was on that for I was in that school. It's the school you never graduate from, is what they say. And I did that for, I don't know, 30 years, 40 years. And it does help you to be a good speaker, and it helps you to um, speak in front of crowds, and it does help you to go door to door. It takes a lot of courage to knock on somebody's door and talk to them about what you want to talk to them about.
it
And
sure
now that I
does.
think about it, when I think about it now that I used to do that, I would never do that now. I don't go to people's houses and knock on their door and ask them anything, especially about religion. But even to go on somebody's property and knock on their door to ask them something, people everyone say that word, but ever since all that happened, people have changed.
They have.
They're scared of their neighbors a lot of
And
times. It's like my neighbor went
yeah,
blind this
they are.
past year, and she didn't even hardly know me because she wouldn't hardly ever talk to me. But when she was blind and she needed help, then she would talk to me, and I started helping her. Like she couldn't get in her phone apps with her passwords and stuff, and she would come knock on my door, and I would help her put her password in so she could get into her bank account or whatever. And she said, "I just never knew you were so nice." And I said, "People don't talk to each other anymore. It's sad."
Yeah. It is sad.
She just moved away, and
That's
I'm
true.
going to miss her because she could use her cane to get to my door. She had it figured out how many steps were going down and everything, and she was really nice. And I helped her all year, and I'm going to miss her, really.
Yeah. Yeah. How's Kim?
Oh, she's doing
She
pretty
doing
good.
okay?
Her arm is not healing right, I don't think, and it's really upsetting her now because she's getting worried about how she's going to maintain, if she can't go
Yeah.
back to work. I think that lady at the housing thing though got her another month of rent, so I'm hoping.
Okay, well that's good.
I'm hoping they
That's good.
did. I've been feeding her. I've
And
been getting groceries for her and all. But it's
yeah.
it's
And
hard.
how's Alana doing? Anybody heard?
I hadn't heard from Alana in several days.
I know that's a
Mm-hmm.
little. It could be just the power out, or
They do have a lot. I have a friend in Johannesburg, and he wasn't around for like 2 days. They cut the electricity.
mm-hmm.
Up to 6, 7, 8 hours a day. It's been brutally hot there. I feel bad for him.
I almost
Mm-hmm.
moved there, because of the wildlife art, and that's
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
Alana's husband is. He's a wildlife artist, and I almost
Yeah.
moved down there for the same reason. And I'm glad I didn't because it's gotten really bad.
Don't go to Cape Town or Johannesburg. Cape Town is better. My boss is in Cape Town right now. That's where he grew up, and his family's there. He's there for a couple more weeks, and I actually talked to him on the phone today. He said the weather where he is has been beautiful, but I guess it's quite a bit different than Johannesburg and Cape Town.
They get well up over 110, and it's so humid, and um, and you have the droughts where you don't have rain for certain arid times, and I can't even imagine they cut the power off on you and water. You have to store up water and be ready. It's a lot involved. Hopefully she'll get in touch with me in the next day or two.
Want to come up and talk or ask any questions on any scriptural, conversation, or even on, the theme of tonight, which is where is the real Jerusalem?
Oh, Kip Nathan's still around. He's had to work extra jobs and stuff. He's trying to get his girlfriend moved here from the UK, and it's very costly. So he's having to work. He was at the live
Yeah.
last time. When he can, he's here.
For whatever reason, I don't know what it was, but I kept thinking that Nate, like the Natalie girl, was Nathan.
I did too for a minute because he had trouble with his account, and I thought maybe he'd made another
I
account.
don't even know if I have. Yeah, I don't even know if I have his name or anything. I'd never see it anymore. I thought it was. I thought it was sending him um, the posts, but I don't have him there. I hope you send it to him.
Yeah, I try to. I try to make sure he gets
Okay.
it.
Okay. I mean, like whenever I put it on TikTok, and do you share it with people?
He's on my Facebook page, and I put it there, and he
Okay.
usually puts a
Okay.
thumb
So
up,
he
so
sees it
I
then.
know
Okay.
he's getting it.
Right. Okay. Good. Yeah, I think I send it to him on. I do send it to him on Facebook too. So
We probably didn't have as many tonight because I wasn't quick enough getting that out today. That was me.
well, I think it was we got cut off too, and then some people didn't come back, and there's like Tracy. Tracy works today every Wednesday, so there's Tracy that's not here. There's several that are usually here
Dorothy's
that
not
aren't here
here, and
tonight.
Marie's not here.
That's right. And poor Tim is not here.
Tim's not here.
No, we'll have to
I
really
hope we
check into
hear from
him.
Tim because that's worrying me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because he could have a
Yeah.
flare up with that stuff again.
Oh, I hope not. I hope not. But you're right. He could. Anyway, prayers are going out to you, Alana. If you watch this video, I've been concerned about you. We all have in the group,
Oh, very much
and
so.
Marie and Nikki, who's been dealing with some stuff, and
We have a
absolutely
bunch of people having problems right now.
I know,
We're under
I know.
attack, I
There's lots
think.
going on.
We are. There's always something. My day today was a roller coaster of a day. I'm
Yeah,
exhausted. It's only 9 o'clock, and I'm.
We're gonna probably call it anyway because we don't have
yeah,
that many here. But I'm just real thankful for the ones that did make it tonight.
Thank
yeah.
you.
Thank you for doing your work, and it was a great video. And I hope that people go and watch it because if they didn't see it, it's so worth it. It,
We have
yeah,
one. We have one
it
comment here.
confirms.
We do have a comment
Do.
from Vince. What do you think of Eleazar ben Yehuda? I don't even know who that is.
Is that
He's in the
Messiah
Bible.
guy that they're saying is
Over
the
in the Middle
Messiah
East.
in Israel? I
Yeah.
think it
Oh,
is.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
That who it is, Vince?
Just an actor, in my opinion. Everybody that's on the political world stage is just an actor.
I agree with you, Sally.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I think they're setting him up, and but there's
Is
one.
that the young guy?
Yeah,
Is that the young
they say
guy?
he's
Yeah.
performing miracles and all kinds of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It is interesting when your computer flashes, it does look like it's taking a picture.
Isn't that weird? I mean,
So
it's still
weird.
doing it,
It
and
is.
I've done every fix I can find on YouTube.
I wonder if that's part of the, if like she said when she went online to look at the problems with the 11, is it that they are taking pictures of everything? Like, I mean, they always do anyway, but I'm wondering
It says they're doing
if,
it every 3 seconds. A screenshot of your laptops and your
right.
computer tops. It's like
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
pretty
And your
intense.
phone. Your phones too.
Yeah.
Does it have a
Yeah.
warranty?
Oh yeah, it's under warranty. But I don't know what to do now because I don't think it's the computer. I think it's Windows 11. I mean, I could
Have
Yeah.
you
have.
looked up to see if there's any like fixes for it? Like, because sometimes they put these, Windows whatever out, and then they end up having to send out a fix for it.
Oh yeah, I did all those updates, and I went on
Okay.
the tech sites and looked, and I did all the little things they say to fix it. But a lot of people are complaining, so I have a feeling
Mm,
it's something to do with Windows 11.
yeah, that's not good.
I hope I
Not
don't
good
have
at
to go to
all.
Linux. If I'm forced to go to Linux, that'll slow me down big time because I just don't know if I can do it.
Yeah. Vince just said he recreated the Hebrew language. Eliezer ben Yehuda recreated the Hebrew language.
I mean, I had heard the entire Hebrew language was fabricated and made up anyway.
Hmm.
And I mean, that would make sense if the New Testament was written before the Old Testament.
The Asher family had a lot to do with the Naku and the Masoretic text. And that didn't happen until way later, like over 1,000 years after, you know, Jesus was here. So it's like they've done a lot of stuff. And there are a lot of scholars, if you go on just Google Hebrew language was lost for 2,000 years, and you'll see the scholars are mixed because half the scholars believe that they lost the language for 2,000 years and they had to
Yeah.
recreate it.
I remember reading that it's like Arabic, but backwards or sideways or upside down or something like that. I don't remember
Well,
exactly
they're
what it
both
was.
a Semitic language, I think. They both are considered Semitic.
Vince said in 1890 they recreated the language. It's mostly Arabic, he said.
Hebraistry is actually a Chaldean language, and when you read in, let's see, which one is it? Thayer's, it says that it is not the language that the Old Testament was written in. So I don't know. That opens a whole nother can of worms.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
really would, wouldn't it?
I have a bunch of research on that, and I was like, oh, that means it came from the Ivory Peninsula, which would be Spain.
There you go.
Hmm.
Kip said he heard that Hebrew was gone after 70 AD.
Well, you know, it said in the end times that 5 cities in the land of Egypt would speak Hebrew. Well, there are 5 cities in Italy where they speak Hebrew, and they have Egypto is actually the word for Egypt, and they have it as Mitzrayim, and Mitzrayim means double straits, and it's the only continent that has double straits. So I think if you go by the meaning rather than the word, it tells you where things are. You know.
Hmm. Hmm. If you're
So
just coming in and you're wondering what we're talking about, we have a website. The host of the TikTok has a website called Scriptural Truth.
A
And
YouTube channel.
what did I say?
You said website.
Oh, yeah, it's a YouTube channel, Scriptural Truth, and she has a lot of studies and research that shows that there are two Jesuses. But she's gone through the geography, biblical geography, and such, and she's found that Jerusalem, the real Jerusalem, is in Italy, not in the Middle East. And that's what we're talking about tonight. And if you want to see her videos, like I said, just go. She explains everything. She shows you her research. I just noticed a few people coming in that might not know what we're talking about. Or
yeah, I don't want them to think that Jesus wasn't real because he was, but it just didn't happen where we thought it did.
mm-hmm.
Well,
Anyway,
guys, I guess I'm gonna call it for tonight because it's kind of quiet, and
it's quiet.
yeah, we'll try to pick back up.
Okay, guys,
Either
sounds
Friday or
good.
Sunday, one of the two.
Okay.
Okay, sounds good.
I
All
love you
right, you guys have
guys.
a good night. Love you
Right.
guys
You
You
too.
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 Night,
Love y'all.
guys.
Night, everybody.
Bye.
Night,
Bye.
everybody in the chat.
Ah, man. The puzzle came up. I didn't see it, guys. I'm so sorry.